I want to welcome all of all of you today. I'm Jane Mark, and I'm the president of Jam Marketing Inc. And what we're going to do today is something a little different than we usually do on our webinars. We're going to walk you through a trilogy, meaning three sites that all work hand in hand with each other. And I think you're going to find it very interesting. And I'm going to tell you why we're doing this because it really has to do with my history on the net and how I got started. So, also, you should know there'll be a bonus at the end of the call, a very special bonus. So stay with us and stay tuned. Now, the three sites that are involved in this, and I'll put a follow along link up in a minute. They're all called Start with Walk Away Richer. So one is walkawayricher.com. One is walkawayrichernow.com, which is what you're looking at. And then we have walkawayrichernow.com mailer. So those three sites work hand in hand. And I'm going to log in. They're all in. If you're not a member of Walkaway Richer Now, sign up now. You'll collect 100,000 free credits because I'm going to take you inside in just a minute and walk you through why we're doing these three sites. Phil, is there any way to close this chat for me? I mean, no, I didn't. It just popped out. Hang on a second. Okay, just put it down. That's all I need. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to do a live demo. I'm going to log in just a minute. But what I'd like to do first is sort of get you thinking about some things so that I get you in the mood for this webinar. So I have two questions for you to answer. Just type the answers in the chat box, and Phil's going to take a look and see what answers we get. Here's the first question. What is the most important thing any entrepreneur can do when they start out in business? What's the most important thing you can do when you're just starting out in business? Throw some answers up in the chat box. There's no right answer. There's no one right answer. So let's hear what you guys have to say. What is the most important thing any entrepreneur can do when you're just starting out in business? What? Good answer. Phil's has a thumb up. We're getting good answers. Okay, read me some of the answers. Build a list. Yes, of course. What? Oh, brand yourself. Very nice. That's great. Do some research on the business that you want to go into. Very important. Who said that? Richard Moore. Absolutely dead on right, Richard. Yes, do some research. Make sure you know what you're getting into and that you really love it. And what? Get training. Very important. Very important because people think they can just start a business and they don't know anything about it, which is fine because in a minute you're going to see how I started, but you do need to get training. Wait, we're getting great answers here, guys. Focus. Very nice. Who said that? Who? Daphne said that. Absolutely. Focus. Learn how to drive traffic to your site. These are wonderful. That just you haven't hit on the one I'm looking for. What? Find a good mentor. Oh, absolutely critical. And I'm going to get into that as we go on to the webinar. What? Must love what you're promoting. Absolutely. Who said that? Tony. Tony said, got what I consider the very first step that you need to do when you get online. And you're going to find out why I'm saying this. But Tony Matthews just hit it on the head. Get your own website. I put it a slightly different way. Control your own destiny. And the way you control your own destiny on the web is to have your own website. Now, don't get scared. Don't have to do it right this second or tomorrow. You don't have to do it before you get trained or before you get research. But eventually, you want to have your own website so you can control your own destiny. Otherwise, everybody else is controlling your own destiny. Okay, so now that leads me to question two. If it's essential to control your own destiny in business, what is the best way to do that online? Oh, Tony already answered it. So I think own your own website and control what goes on in it. And that it is really important. And I'm going to tell you a bit how I got started online so that you know why I feel that that's so important. First of all, I have two favorite. Yeah, P, if you want to put up the follow along link so they can follow along with me now. Um, I have two favorite sayings online. The first one I've been saying literally for 18 years after I got my first website. So I've been online for 19 years. And here's my first saying that I tell everybody. He who controls the admin panel or the website, whichever way you want to put it, makes the sales. He who controls the admin panel makes the sales. And then I have another one, which is my more recent one, and it's he who owns the real estate, meaning the websites, gets to decorate it in any way they like. Now that's from a woman's point of view that you can decorate. I don't know if Phil feels when he puts banners up and stuff that it's decorating, but I do. And if you own your own website, you get to decide what goes on it. And that's really, really critical. And when you control it, you can change it, you can test it, you can do a whole lot of things that you can't do when you're promoting, of course, other people's sites. So let me just briefly tell you why I feel so strongly about this. When I started on the net, which was 19 years ago, believe it or not, I literally did not know how to turn on a computer. I was in the real estate business, which of course is a bricks and mortar business. I had a staff that worked with me, and I had these young kids, much younger than I was. They knew how to do all this stuff on a computer when it was really in its infancy. But when I started online, I literally didn't know how to get around at all. And fortunately, I had a son who said, "Mom, here's how you turn it on and don't turn it off ever. Just keep working at it," which is what I did. So when I got over the hurdle of turning on the computer and keeping it on, I took a good look around, and I had been in the businesses where you had to sell, like in real estate, or I was in the catering business. So I looked around and I saw that everybody was selling something online, and I said, "Oh, I can do that. Nothing to it, right? I've been doing that all my life." So I thought I could do it, but I really did kind of get stuck because I didn't have any who said training. Richard Moore, who said that? I didn't have any training. I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't a clue. So, after much hemming and hawing and hesitation, probably all of you have felt this whenever you've looked at a new site online or thought about what you want to do online. We hem, we haw, we hesitate. And after I did that for a while, I finally put down $247 on something called a safe list. And believe me, at that time, I had no idea what a safe list was, but I figured, well, it came into my email box. What can happen? The worst is I could lose $247, which at that time was a lot of money, and it still is. But I figured that's my exposure. I could buy it. Maybe I'll never do anything with it. Maybe I'll never learn what it is, but that's the worst risk that I had. I could lose the $247 and maybe some of my pride for failing at something. But other than that, I decided that I would jump in and I would buy this safe list. Well, when I did that, I found out there was a crazy person on the other end who developed the safe list, and his name was Phil Baston, and he lived in Australia, which was millions of miles away. And so the only way I could felt that I could learn what's the safe list, what do I do with it, is to hop on what was that called then? MSN? Yeah, MSN, which was a chat box, but it was sort of a rudimentary chat box. But at least I could talk to Phil in Australia at some god awful hour of the evening. Remember that, Phil? The time, there's like a 14-hour time difference. And I bugged him every day. How do I do this? How do I do that? Can you show me how to use the admin panel? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I think he was so sick of me. He finally started this thing when I would get on MSNBC, and not MSNBC, MSN. He would start, I would say, got a minute? And he would start counting 59, 58, 57, 56. So I knew he was getting a little frustrated with all of my questions. So fortunately, along came somebody who I saw come into my inbox. And at that time, I think he was selling banners online. And his name was Mike Glaspie. Many of you may know him now. He has actually been my mentor now for 19 years and one of the best friends I have online. He's just a wonderful guy and smart as can be. And but I had no clue who he was because even at that time he was very well known. So I didn't feel shy at all. I just kept emailing him, Mike, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do the other thing? Just like I did with Phil. I bugged the heck out of him. And he always answered me. He took the time to answer me, and he never counted down 59, 58. But he always answered my emails. And finally, he said to me, Jane, you need to get your own website. That's the only way that you make some dough, any real dough online. So, of course, I had no idea what to do, but I asked Phil, is there a website creator? And there was some old fashioned website creator, and he was nice enough to share the link with me. And I set up the ugliest site, and I'm serious about this. It was the ugliest site you have ever seen in your whole life. It was just like a series of lines with names of sites that I had found online that I thought might be good things to sell somebody. What? Oh, Phil says really ugly. Yeah, it really was. It was terrible. But it didn't, you know what? It didn't matter because Phil had taught me something about building a list on my safe list, which I now owned. And so I showed my safe list members, maybe there were 20 of them at that time, it was very small. I showed them this very ugly site and it had a couple of things on it. And sure enough, a $47 popped into my account and a 27 and a 10. I wasn't yet getting my 247 back, but I had started. And I felt, even though this website was embarrassing, I felt that it was really important for me to be able to have some way that something online that was my own that at least I could start with. Well, long story short, I jumped in with 2 feet like I usually jump into everything, and I never looked back for 19 years. But that one decision to get my own website, which happened to be Phil's first real endeavor with selling safe lists, or second one anyway. And that was it was a big risk for me, and so I understand when you guys, some of you say, "Oh, I don't know, I don't think I can do this." Yes, you can, because I am the most technically challenged person online. I guarantee you. So if you get stuck, you know what you do? You ask somebody for help. And that's really important. You should be able, I know when people ask me for help, I always answer them. I think many of you can vouch for that. If you ask me something, you will get an answer from me. I don't stand on ceremony. I don't wait. I just give you the best advice that I know how. And that's what both Phil and Mike Gillespie did when I was starting out online. So it's very important to find people that you like and talk to them. It's fine. I found that most people online are very open and very willing to tell you anything you want to know about how to run a business. And if you think about it, most people get held back because they're of fear of failure. So what? I could have failed on the safe list. I understood that I could fail and start again. Or people fear to dream, have big dreams and think about the possibilities of having a real business online. So the bottom line here is you need to drop hemming, hawing, and hesitation. Those are the three worst words in the English language, and you just need to dive in. So let's see if we can make it easy for you to get started with your own done for you websites without breaking the bank. And I'm going to show you some things. We're going to log in. I think I'm going to shoot you all over to the other side. Yes. Okay. So we're going to log in to Walk Away Richer now. And I'm going to show you the three sites that are involved here, and then we're going to go into a little more detail. The first site is Walk Away Richer. That's the main site. And this is the site which tells you why you should have a website of your own and what those websites can do for you. And what Phil and I decided, I'm sure we develop websites all the time, but they cost thousands and thousands of dollars to do it. And we said, just like Phil was offering a very simple website back in the day, 19 years ago, we've said to ourselves, what can we do so somebody can have their own business online, their own website, and control the admin panel? And Phil's going to show you that later. What could we do to make it so it's not going to be nothing, but we don't want it to be thousands and thousands of dollars. So here's what we came up with. We came up with two kinds of sites that really give you a way to start your own business. The first is there are a lot of people who love promoting ClickBank products. And so we set up a site. I'm going to just click on this and show you. We set up a site where you could have several things going on at the same time. First of all, you could get, 30 ClickBank products, right, Phil? We set you up with 30 ClickBank products, each of which has its own review. So if you go down this page, you'll see that each product that's being sold has its own review and people can read about it. And that is so important. Not only because people want to know a little bit about the site before they even click through and start really looking at it, but it's great for search engines. They want to see content on your site. And these products with their own review give you that content. And by the way, you can change it at any time. You can change your reviews. You can change your products. Phil's going to get to that a little later on. But this gives you a full website. You can hook up an autoresponder like Aweber or GetResponse, Phil, any of the major autoresponders so that you can capture emails and have a list. And you can sell these products, which of course you can get to review yourself. Now, you also see that we give you, when we set this up, we provide you with keywords, tags that go along with the site, which makes the site user friendly for search engines, which is what you want. So everything you're going to get on this ClickBank site is the ClickBank products plus all the things that you need to make a website successful so that excuse me, search engines pick it up and that it's friendly for search engine. Okay, so that's the first kind. Now, for people who want a really customized site, I'm going to open that up, which means you can put anything you want on this, anything at all. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that on the ClickBank site, you can put your own banners in between the reviews, right, Phil? You'll show them this later, but you can put a lot of your own stuff on the ClickBank site. And of course, on the custom site, you can put exactly what you want to put on any product, your own product, affiliate products. It doesn't matter. You can put your own products on it. So you can see, and I think this comes with 8 products, right, Phil? And it's your own products. You tell us what you want on there. We put it on. We write a little review of it or a little promo of it. You can see when we did ours, of course, we put our sites on like Profit from Free Ads and Jam and Etsy Link, but you can do anything with this. So this will have whatever you want on it, and all of the, when you click through to the reviews, you can change these banners, right? And not only that, whatever we of course set it up for you to start with. You give us the information, you give us a domain name, you tell us what sites you want up there, and then we put, like here, we put a banner up, and we do the first run for you. But then you get your own admin panel, your own login, and your own training in it, because Phil is going to tell you how to use it. He's going to show you now, but he's going to do more in-depth training. And you can do anything with this site, but at least you will be able to tell us what kind of top do you want. You want a beautiful water scene, a park scene, whatever your bent is. When you order, you get to fill out all of your hopes and dreams for the kind of website that you want. And so this is your own one. We call it a custom one with any of your own products, and the other is the ClickBank one. And I'm going to turn this over to Phil in a minute, but so he can really show you. He's going to log into one of our sites and show you what you're going to get at the end, where you can change it and how. But before I do that, what I'd like to do is just go back to the main site, because remember, this is a trilogy of sites. One is these custom sites, which you can order for your own self. Okay. But then comes the really neat part. It's also a list building site. So if we go back here, you're going to see, well, that's the mailer one. Well, let me just show you from here. If you go to walkawayrichernow.com, hope I spelled it right. No, I didn't. Walk away. Great. Walk away richer now.com. I'm inside my account, but I just want to show you again what it looks like. Here's your list building technique. There is not even a sales page for the walk away richer now part, because that's designed for one thing and one thing only, and that's to build your list. So you get to offer free ad credits. I don't know why this is saying that it's free ad credits. This will say $500 and 100,000 ad credits. Maybe you can put that up on the screen, Phil, because something I didn't do that. But anyway, you see what it does, and you sign up, you get somebody's email address, and now they're on a list of yours, and you're offering them something for free. They can join under you absolutely free. Anyone can join this site free. And by the way, Phil, put up the link, because if you're not a member, I want you to follow along with us. So make sure you're a member of Walk Away Richer Now, which is here. And there, now you're seeing the right site. It's collect 100,000 free ad credits, value $500. So you have something to give away. Now you only get this if you're a custom or a ClickBank. You only get to give away this number of credits if you're an upgraded member. But it's a fabulous way to build a list. So now you have two things going for you. You can have your own site, and you can have a place to build a list. And of course, you have a downline mailer. So you can always mail your downline, and you can mail them daily. And in addition, we have the richer mailer, which is going to, at the moment, has 288 members, because this is our launch day, actually. We haven't really been launching anything, especially the mailer. And so this will be, but the interesting thing is about the mailer is it's going to have people who are really like you guys who are here, who are interested in really developing a business online. And so you're going to be mailing to some very sophisticated, let's put it that way, people. And you can mail on the mailer every 2 days, or I think it's every 2 days actually, that you can mail on the expert mailer. And there's a pro mailer part of it. And you're welcome to explore all this. If you're a free member, you're going to see upgrade here, and you're going to see the upgrade part. This is the mailer part of the this is the website part of it. But if you click on the mailer part and you're not an upgraded mailer like a custom one, it's going to take you to the mailer upgrade page. So since I'm an upgraded mailer, it's all open now, but you'll see it will take you to the mailer page. So that's basically what we wanted to do, was give people a way to get their own websites without breaking the bank. And by the way, the webinar, don't buy it from in here, because on the webinar link, let me put up the follow along link too. Okay, let's put up the follow along link so you can see. If you are interested in getting your own website, I want to show you, because the webinar price is our original price before we launched today, which is, let's go to here, which is, if you want the ClickBank one, I think it's $575, Phil, right? And the custom is $775, but if you buy it in the members area, it's going to be $100 more. So I don't, if you're thinking about this, wait until the webinar is over, or order it now, but order it through this link, because this is the original link. Now, I want to show you something really neat. In addition to getting the pages that I showed you, you're going to get backlinks to your website. So if you're, and I'm going to tell you that, and Phil will go into it more in a minute when I turn this over to him. Backlinks are really essential to any success of any site, because the more, oh my God, there's a fire engine. I hope you can't hear it. Anyway, it's not here, but it's outside. So if you get backlinks, help people find your site from the search engines. I don't want to go into detail here, but as you can see, ClickBank people get 100 backlinks, comes with your order, and the custom people get 250 backlinks, which come with your order. But today we're doubling it. Anyone who orders today from the webinar link is going to get 200 backlinks for the ClickBank and 500 backlinks for the website. And you'll see on the follow along link, let me close this. that is a really good deal because we actually have a backlinks page and they're much more expensive on the backlink. So on buying it from this our backlink page, you're getting them for free, and we're doubling them today. So I just wanted to mention that so you know not to buy from the members area of why not of Walk Away Richer now. Okay, so now Phil, if you will show me. Oh, I think I already showed everybody what they look like. This is Williams. You can have your own domain name. Like here's one of our members who has the super affiliate, which I love that. And you see, everything's related to Phil made a logo for him so that he could have a special logo. And these are his banners that he wanted in the system. It's really great because you can customize it the way you want. And even when you tell us what you want and we develop it for you, which takes on the average about 2 weeks, unlike when you develop an expensive, real expensive site, it's like 2 months or 9 months sometimes. So we develop it, we hand it to you, we give you your admin panel, and you can change it whenever you want to. You can change the name, you can change the banners, and let me just show you this because these have also banners on the pages. Here, you see this? This is Hillel's banner. It's super affiliate system. That's his banner, and it comes right in the middle of these reviews. This is a really good first step for any of you who are really getting serious about having a business online because it marks you as a professional when you have your own domain, your own site. Doesn't mean you can't promote other people's sites, doesn't mean you can't do millions of other things online, which all of us do. But having an anchor site that you control is really the key to making a lot of money online. Okay, so now, Phil, if you will show me how to make you the presenter, then I want you to, you're going to take over and show people how to do this. So we're over here. Let me get you over here. Okay. Okay, just give us a couple of minutes and Phil's going to make himself a presenter. Right click. No, Aaron, we almost made you, Aaron, a presenter. I don't think you want that. Oh, wait, let me try, Phil. No, you have to be on your name. Let me try. Just 1 second. Okay. Oh, it won't let me make you a presenter. Oh, yes. Okay. So I'm going off, and Phil is going to take over now. Oh, I'm going to answer questions in the chat box. This is the walk away richer break. Okay. Okay, so now Phil's going to take over, and while he's getting set up, what I want him to show you guys is the actual admin panel that you'll get, and to show you how you make some of these changes. And don't worry, we won't leave you on your own on this because when you get your site, you're going to be able to ask us anything you want, just like I did with Mike Glassby, and just like I did with Phil. You can ask us anything you want and get any of the help that you want. Um, I don't think anybody can write on this, Phil, but okay, I'd rather you just show them what? Oh, um, Okay, wait, I have to mute my thing so we don't.
Okay, hang on. So now I'm on. You should be able to hear me now. Just say yes in the chat box if you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so now let me go show my screen, and we're going to refresh this page. Let me give another question thing first. Okay, so here is my login page for, this is the ClickBank site that we're going to go through. And I just want to show you how easy this is. What happens, let me just start from scratch. When we set this up for you, we set it up with the first 8 products. And then the other products, the rest of it, I think it's 22 more, come drip fed every 2 to 3 days. And so that it looks natural to the search engines. And so basically what we've done is we've set this one up with 8 products in it, and it's been drip feeding other products in. But the beauty of this particular system is if you want to change a banner or you want to change something to it, you can do that, because what we're doing is we're giving you a professional WordPress theme to go along with it. And it's a theme that we sourced out specially for this project. So let me log into this and show you what I mean. I'll walk away, Richard. There we go. Okay, so if I want to look at the website, I can open that in a new tab, and you can see the website as it exists now. And this is the one that Jane was just showing you. And you can see that down this, it's got these things down the side, YouTube. It's got 8 reviews there, and then it continues on to the next two or three pages. And you've also got recent posts, so it shows you the latest, the 5 latest posts. Yeah, you can put an autoresponder in there. I've got my Aweber autoresponder in there. If you're a member of walkawaywithitnow.com, you can put your affiliate link in here. For this particular one here, we can put that on there for you, so that you can actually begin to sell some of these sites as well and make decent commissions. And then of course we do the all of the tags and the keywords for you, and we do all that research. You don't have to do any of that. So now let me just show you about this particular dashboard that you get. So let's say that I want to go through and look at some of the blogs that I've got. So I'm going to go down to this little program down here, and I'm going to go to settings, and then I'm going to go, no, that's not what I want. My settings. Yeah, there we go. So now I can go through and I can look at all of these different settings. I can change them, or I can leave them the way they are. I've got them all set up properly, so I'm not going to change anything. You can do banner ads. See, I've got 2 banner ads, which are going to, these banner ads are going to appear in the actual posts themselves. Let me show you how that works. Continue reading this one. So that will go over there, and as we scroll down here, and you also get videos with these products too. But you can see one of the banners is showing there, the other one showing down the bottom here. So this will scatter out between each of the reviews that are showing. You'll be able to promote other sites as well. And of course, we always also have that one at the top here, which is, I use that for the Prime banner that I want to promote, the Prime site.
I just wanted to mention that when it's showing in the webinar, it loads much more slowly.
Oh yeah. The webinar is actually, for some reason, loading this page quite slowly. This actually loads a lot faster when you're not in the webinar. But anyway, let's get back to what I was going to show you with this top thing here. And we go to appearance, right? This is themes. And the theme that we're using for this particular project is a theme called Rapid W Pro, right? Which is a special theme for this particular project. Now, there are other themes here that you can use, but we found that this particular one works the best. So now we go to appearance again, and we're going to customize. Let's say I want to change some colors on the site. I can do all of that as well. So now it's going to take me over to the theme pro, and because this is a professional theme, you're going to be able to do a lot of really cool stuff. You see, I made that red, I made the background blue, I made this top green to match the image at the top, and we load all the images for you as well, so we can pick a nice image for you. You can choose what style you want, and we'll get the image for you and put it up there. You can run these down the side. Let's have a look over here. So let's go to the header image. If I want to change the header image, you can change that. It tells you what size to use. Basically, you can, once this is all set up for you, you have complete control of it. There's nothing you can't change on it. There's nothing you can't do with it. It's all your control. You can even put a background image if you wanted a background image on the instead of the grey, or you can change the color. It doesn't matter. You can change, you can add more menu items. So if you wanted more menu items up here to different pages, you can do that too. Now let's go over here, and we've got these funny little widgets, and there's a sidebar too, right? So you can do whatever you want in sidebar 2. This is called the sidebar, this one down here. So I can basically put anything I want in there. And you'll see that the way I put the Aweber code in was I did this. I put register now, and I just put the Aweber code in here, which is really cool. Everything is so easy with this, and this is one of the reasons that we decided to use WordPress and this professional theme, because it's just so easy to manage all of this. It's extremely easy to set up, and there's virtually, as I said, nothing you can't do with it. So let's go back here, and we'll go back to the other thing, and let's have a look at theme options. Now, on the theme options side of it, again, you've got this plethora of things that you can do. You can change your site identity. You can change your logo here. You can put a tagline in. You can change the colors. It gives you the color range all throughout the site. Doesn't matter which part of it you want. If you want it in red here or you want black here, doesn't matter. You can change the colors to suit yourself, and to suit your own style. You can change the fonts. You don't have to use the fonts that I've used. You can use your own fonts. This is all based on the Google font family, so that it's common throughout the site and common across the web. Can I just say, can you give me that just for a minute? I want to just add one thing while Phil is demonstrating this, is that we tried to set up these things in some of the other, what do you call them, WordPress themes. Yeah. And this really is the best and the easiest. So the fact that you have Phil setting it up for you to begin with, and you don't ever have to touch it. If you love it, you can just use it the way it is. But as you can see, there are many, many things that you can change if you want to. Like if you take me, I started this webinar telling you that I didn't know a thing that I was doing, and I don't. I'm still not technically really great on the web. I can turn it on and off and do other things, but I can't do a lot of technical things. So I don't want you to be scared of this at all, because
When Phil delivers it to you, you'll tell him, yes, I like this, or could you make a few changes here? And he'll be happy to do it for you. But then you can just leave it and run it. It's not like you have to keep changing it or make the colors different. I just want everyone to understand that if you're technically challenged like I am, don't be afraid of this, because Phil is going to deliver you a very professional looking site. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to keep going through the different stuff. I mean, you can put the singular layout style, which I've chosen as content in sidebar 2, which is this content on this side here, and sidebar 2, which is on this side. I found that to be, perfect for the ClickBank site. You can change the header options if you want. You can put a header with a banner up the top, which is what I did. So you can do all of that. You can do this thing here is called a news ticker, and you can set that up like this. You can put 5 recent posts. You can do breaking news. There's all kinds of things in it. You can even do the speed at which it goes across. As I said, there's all kinds of things you can do. Now, some of our people have done. Now, what some of our people have done is, and I found this quite inventive, which is what I do this on my custom site as well, is that they've taken these articles, right, and they've had them rewritten for them. They've either rewritten them themselves or they get them rewritten at a site that we show you where to go. And you can get these articles rewritten for about $7 a piece, and I'm talking about professionally rewritten. It looks like a real, professional article. You can also change these images, and we show you an image site that we get all our images from. So you don't have to stick to the same things. You can make even the ClickBank site, you can make it completely unique to you. So that's that one. So let me show you the custom one. The custom one is pretty similar in the way that I've got it set up at the moment, but I could change the layout of it at any stage to whatever I want. Let me just go back up here and see if there's anything else I'm missing. Post social. No, that's basically all you need to be aware of at this particular stage. But as Jane said, if you don't feel comfortable changing anything, you don't have to. It's all done for you, right? That's why we call it a done for you service. You can just look at it and you can say, okay, I think I might get those articles, that article rewritten because it's the one at the top. I might change that picture over there. You can do that easily by yourself. There's nothing you virtually can't break this thing. It's a professional thing. You just change it. If it doesn't look good, you change it back. It's not a big deal. You don't need to be afraid of it. So anyway, I'm going to log into the other one. Let me log out of this one first. Go back to this, log out of this. And then I'll log into my other site and show you what that looks like. Again, it's pretty much the same, but yeah, hang on. I'll do this. I'll call it the admin panel for that one, which looks like that. Let's go here. Go log in. There it is. Takes a little while. It's taking a little longer than it usually does to come up. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, I did log in. Okay, so that's good. So now if we look at that site, I've got you'll notice that I've got the Walkaway Ridge image at the top of this one. And this has got all of our own sites on it. Now I could have, if I wanted to, instead of having it like this, I could have 3 columns. I could have a left-hand column, I can have a right-hand column, and I can have all the other articles in the middle. It doesn't really make any difference. But again, you've got the same control, it's the same functions as the other one. Same theme that we're using. If you look at the customization again, it's exactly the same customization as we had on the other one. And everything is just so easy. But this one here, you can actually put whatever product you want on. If you own your own products, that's good. You can put your own products on there. If you're an affiliate marketer and you want to just put up a site with a whole pile of affiliate products on it, you can put them up with images. You can put them up with all kinds of stuff that you want to put on it. You can even have a feature product if you want, just on the main page, and then that leads to other products on the other pages. The amount of flexibility that you've got with this whole project is enormous. And as Jane was saying, when we develop a site for ourselves, much of the time it will cost us anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000. This is not anywhere near that. You can get in with your own website, really at a price that's affordable for most people. Anyway, I'm going to switch it back to Jane now, and she's going to finish it off. Oh, no, not yours. Just fix this here.
You have to tell them that it's going to take some time. Yeah. I don't know how to.
Just give me a few seconds just while I switch it over to Jane.
Oh, okay. Now you've got the New York accent back. And Phil's going to go back in the. Are you a presenter now? An organizer. Okay, so you can talk to people. Yeah, so Phil's back in the chat room because, as I said, I'm not so technically good with this stuff. So I did answer one person in the chat room. Yvonne, thank you so much. But anyway, ask Phil whatever you want to know if you're interested in getting your own site. I'll tell you what this really does for you. It gives you a jumping off point. It forces you to think about a name for yourself, which is really important when you think about it. You can get a name for this site, a domain name, which is very inexpensive. How much is a domain, Phil? $9, $10? Right. We tell you when you order, by the way, you get a long form from Phil. It tells you where to get a domain. If you don't have an autoresponder, it tells you where to get an, if you want one, it tells you where to get that. It just walks you through everything. We ask you what kind of look you want, what's the name going to be, yada yada, everything. And you can take your time doing that. There's no rush on that. But it does take about 2 weeks for Phil to, once he gets all the information from you, it takes about 2 weeks to actually finish it and get it into your hands. So, but you don't have to feel pressured. Or we have one, Leo is getting one of the, what do you call it, the custom ones, and he wants to take his time getting them and deciding on the banners and what programs he wants, and that's fine. So you don't have to feel like just because you order it, you got to do it today. But what you do need to do is order from the follow along link. Let me put that up again because I want you to not only save the money, which is $100 off each, whether it's ClickBank or the other, you get $100 off in. And It's down here where you can go to the page. Plus, we are doubling your backlinks. And I know I never knew what a backlink was when I started. I still don't really know what it is. No, but Phil's gone over it with me a number of times. It's really important. And so we are doubling the backlinks, and that will help you promote. I forgot to show you something really important. That will help get you listed in the search engines. Here's the other big deal about this, by the way. You see this here? These are when we finish a site, it goes right up here on our ad profit page, and not on one ad profit page, on three, because it's on the mailer page, it's on the main site page, and it's on the walk away richer now page. So you get exposures from three different sites, and since we haven't even launched. This is our first really public day of launching, and people already have a lot of views. And this is our regular ad profit page where you can put up banners and you can put up text ads. Um, but we call them founders, the custom and ClickBank people, and they get top billing. As soon as their site is finished, it goes up on the ad profit page. So you don't even have to think really about traffic. We're going to give you backlinks. We're going to give you views on these three sites. I mean, you're going to start off way above where I started off, where nobody gave me nothing. I didn't have, I mean, I got this wonderful safe list from Phil, but other than that, I had to really fend on my own. So this will give you a starting off point so that you can get some traffic to your site. And at the same time, you can build a list and sell these products that are your products that you want on it. So Yvonne said this is a very exciting project next to our Easy Links Finder, I think she said. And I appreciate that. This is exciting because I know how important this really is. When Phil and I went to our first not what do you call it, when a seminar live event, and we were meeting people for the first time. This was also about 19 years or 18 years ago. And we told them we did have our own site at that time. We started one called Free Ad Depot. And it was so important to have our own name. At that time, we were JP Advertising, to have our own site. It gave us credibility in the marketplace. And so we were able to meet people and make joint ventures with people. It opens doors for you. But you don't want to go to people with a very ugly site like I did in the beginning, even though it sold a little bit. It's better if somebody professional like Phil sets it up for you, and you can be proud of what you're showing people. This is my site. It's got my name on it. It brands me, and yada yada. So I highly, highly recommend, if you're going to spend money on your business, this is one of the best things that you can possibly do for your long term. You've got to have a little bit of long term vision, not just, am I going to make $5 tomorrow? You know how everything on the net is, oh my God, you could make $5 tomorrow. You can make $10 here. You can blah, 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 blah. That's fine. I have nothing against that. But on the other hand, you need to have some long range plan about how do you actually grow a business online. And having your own website is really one of the most important investments you can make. We tried to make it, I can't say it's not going to cost you something. It's $575 and $775. That's not a small investment. I understand that. Believe me, we all work very hard for our money. That's a lot of dough. But it is nothing near what you have to do if you really went to a programmer and had them do it for you. And oh my God, some of our sites like SoCal have cost $100,000 to develop, not 5 or 10. But in other words, you can do that when you start to make some money. But in the beginning, having your own name, your own domain name, your own website is really a wonderful way to get noticed online. You're going to stand out from the run of the mill, people who are just promoting other people's sites. And there is nothing wrong with that at all. But if you're going to do that, do it under your own name. Who is the really big super affiliate in what's his name? I'm trying to think. There is aside from Hillel's getting superpower super affiliate. There's really somebody in Asia. What's his name? Neither one of us are. I can think of his name right now. Anyway, he is one of the hottest affiliate promoters. He now has his own sites too, but he did them under his own name and his own brand. And it really, and a lot of people who started out when Phil and I started out did the same kind of thing. They developed their own brand under their own name. And it's very important for your long-term growth. Or many of you who are on this webinar, you're doing great. You're the ones that are learning and getting training and being involved. And that is absolutely critical. So I'm urging you, if you can possibly swing it, take the next step. Get your own website. And if you want to just promote affiliate products, that's fine, but do it under your own name. Or if you want to promote ClickBank products, which of course are very successful in many, many ways, you can certainly do that. Either one will get you noticed on the net. And if you like the ClickBank, do that. Then in a 6 months or a year, when you feel comfortable with this, get your own custom one. You'll know you could put some ClickBank products on it. Plus you can put other affiliate products on. This is a really good way to start. That's why I was so excited about having this webinar and making sure you understood that I've been in everybody's shoes who's first started out on the net. Believe me, I've made the same mistakes. I've struggled to do the same things and to learn. But if you stick with it and you're not afraid to take the next step, you're really going to do yourself a big favor. And you're going to, at some point, you're going to come back to Phil and I and say, thank you very much. You were right. And I did that with Mike Glaspie, which is how we became fast friends as well as my mentor. Because at some point I had to look at Mike and say, you know what? You were right. And so believe me when I tell you that doing this, having your own site, is really a very good step or next step in whatever you're doing online. Okay, so Phil will stay here as long as, did you answer everybody's questions? Okay, Phil says he's answered everybody's questions. So I'm going to end the webinar. I want you to have a great holiday weekend and hope your favorite team wins in baseball. Mine is the Yankees, so oh, and yeah, just go to the support desk if you have any other questions. We're happy to answer them. Also, put my email up, Phil, janemark4 at gmail.com, or contact Phil at jammarketinginc at gmail.com. Either one, and we're happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, I'm going to end this so you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.